Back in the ring, previously we'd opened up this Finn Balor figure and I explained how I want to use it as a Prince Devitt figure in kind of a Japanese wrestling collection I'm going to start building. So today we're looking at another Finn Balor figure that I can use as Prince Devitt, but this one has the body paint appearance that he started being known for in Japan, doing for special matches. He'd do this full body paint and it gave him a really unique look. It was something he was just going to do one time for a big show like Wrestle Kingdom, but kind of turned into his thing, and of course WB ended up marketing that as kind of his character, that he would use this body paint and get psyched up for his big matches as well. So let's open up this specific one and talk about why I got this with my intention of using it for my New Japan Pro Wrestling / Japanese Wrestling collection. This is from the NXT show in London, and so he's kind of, some of his hat and jacket and things are just kind of like Jack the Ripper. He's just kind of paying homage to some of the kind of legendary stories and things in London, England with this particular paint job. But let's just open this up. Extra open hands. Here he is with his jacket, which is a real cloth, unlike a lot of other figure lines and things. Can compare to the AEW line that's using this stiff material for jackets and things. We'll compare him to this Kenny Omega later here. WB does the high quality jackets here. The hat piece comes off. It has these tassels attached to it. Of course, those are just plastic and not material. The jacket will be very easy to take off because of that cloth. Here on his back then is kind of the Jack the Ripper reference paint on the back with the big band and kind of the ghoulish form for a Jack the Ripper. But the reason I got this one is because it's very much like some that he used in Japan. There is no figure of an exact because he kind of does different ones each time. You know, the artist that's putting these on his body, you know, isn't doing the same mock-up every time. So just kind of this toothy version like this, where it looks like kind of the maw, the mouth of a creature, is one that he did use a lot in Japan. I thought this one, amongst all of the others that were of kind of different colors and combos and things, I thought this was the most that looked like one he would have wore in Japan. Other than the very specific back one. But when I display this, you know, it's probably going to be from the front, so you're not really going to see that specific part, you're just going to see this particular shape. So I think it's kind of cool that I can kind of have, we'll have a figure of his normal appearance when he's wrestling, and we can also have the body paint version that he also appeared in. So just kind of double representation there, because my Japanese wrestling shelf's probably going to be fairly thin for quite a while, because as of right now, the New Japan Pro Wrestling figures from Super 7 haven't released yet, and they'll be pretty slow to make those. And I probably won't collect every single one they end up making. I'm just going to kind of be specific about, you know, the time I was watching it more closely, and I won't worry too much about being super current. Just getting figures of, you know, the time I was watching it more, and also up to the release of Fire Pro Wrestling for PC and PlayStation 4, because there's a New Japan Pro Wrestling downloadable roster for that game. It doesn't include Prince Devitt here because he had long since became Finn Balor in WWE. But that's the cool thing about that game. You can just create them yourself, or you just download a creation that somebody else has made. The people have made super accurate looking ones, down to specific match attires, or they'll get updated all the time as well. So great game, check that out. Just for my collection, I thought this was probably the best Finn Balor WWE figure to represent the past when he was starting his body painting appearance, kind of a special match appearance and entrance appearance, and you know, it's something, entrance gear that he can wear in the match because it's body paint on there, you know, just like Ultimate Warrior getting painted up for all his matches. So I probably won't display it with the jacket and hat. I'll probably just want this because he would usually not have too many entrance gear pieces, and those don't really look like what I'm going for with my collection. Again, here is the AEW Kenny Omega, where, you know, they're only about an inch difference in their real life height, so they do match up pretty well. I have a video where I'm opening up Kenny Omega here. Check that out, and then we'll use all these to compare to the future Japanese wrestling figures that I get. Yes, he does come with some open hands if you want to just kind of do a pose with those as well, with finger tape. So I'm just kind of building some extra characters and things from other lines while I can, just to build this Japanese wrestling collection that I'm wanting to build. I used to collect all current WWE things, and it just kind of got too difficult, and you'd always had to update all the time, and I just couldn't really go for that. I might employ that collecting technique a little bit with my Japanese wrestling collection, but mostly it's just kind of a bookmark kind of collection showing different time periods of wrestlers. Because I also collect Attitude Era and WCW and things like that of figures. So if you want to see me open all my wrestling figures here, get subscribed, and I got my wrestling playlist you can check out, and that's where I'll put all my future wrestling figures from Japan and WWF Attitude Era, WCW, and all sorts of things like that. So I will see you in the next video. Yeah!